Welcome to Kevin's European Garage, and today I'm going to be working on eliminating interior rattles from my 996 over here. So for a while now, I had some problems with the rattling on the inside of the car over here. And come to find out, my radio sits on this shelf. And every time I go over bumps, it would rattle. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this with some foam. I'm also going to put some foam in the back, a little bit further in the back over here too, on this part over here. I'm going to do this just to make sure that when I put the radio back in, it's not touching anything like this, and I won't hear it rattling going over any bumps. Unfortunately, I was hoping to put in something other than the Kenwood that I have. It's a double din, and I was looking to put in an Alpine. I think the Alpines are a better sounding radio, but I guess with the chip shortage, you know, you can't even get radios for the cars right now. So I'm gonna have to put back in my Kenwood, and eventually I'll put in something a little bit better. So now I'm gonna get started at lining this with some foam. Okay, so to make this happen, I picked up some of this just from Home Depot. Nothing special, just insulation tape, rubber, and then we're just gonna cut it and put it in here and cover up all this stuff. I said to get this stuff out of the way. Maybe I can tuck it up inside the vent. Stay up there while I'm doing this. No, it's not gonna stay up there. Oh, it's just going to be in the way the whole time. Oh well. And I have a feeling I'm going to be using a lot of this stuff to fix some rattles, some squeaks in this car. Like most of you, you know, with this car being so old, it has its fair share of rattling and some noises on the inside that are kind of unpleasant. And you know, after listening to those for a while, I think I might want to start working on fixing those as time permits. There's more fun things I'd rather be doing with the car. But it's a decent sized roll, and it's only like 13 bucks or something like that for the whole thing. So I have a feeling I'll be using a lot of it. And now I don't think this thing's gonna make any more noise rattling up and down it. But I'm gonna do a quick test fit and to see how it fits. And possibly I might put some of this stuff on the bottom of the radio too. But we'll see how the test fit goes. See, make sure that there's, you know, it doesn't take up too much room or anything like that, and if it's just fine. So here's the radio. See the Kenwood here. One reason this rattles is that when you take a radio out, the aftermarket frame and everything that they have you put in there doesn't really support it very well. So it's not like the factory one where you had a bunch more screws to hold it in. This is only just using the screw here, here, and here, these two over here, to hold in this whole big, you know, assembly, the whole radio assembly like this. So that's all you get to hold in this. So it's definitely a problem. And you can see in the bottom over here, there's really not much. So this thing is definitely hitting in there. And let's see. So like I said, I'm gonna do a test fit. Trying to just jam it down so I can pull it out. I'm gonna put a Redline cell phone mount down over here. So I'm trying to get this cable and everything else to come out over on this side. Before it was in a different spot. Okay. All right, now that you finally got it underneath, just do a quick test fit. Just jam everything back there. Yeah, looks like it's nice and tight now. A little too tight maybe, but that's good. Now this thing is not going to go anywhere. Definitely don't have to put any stuff on the bottom of the radio. That bottom piece that was rubbing up and resting on top of here when you go over bumps is now directly right on top of the foam, so that's good. So that will keep that isolated and everything else. So all right, so I'm going to pull this thing back out, reconnect up the radio, and then we'll put the covers back on. Yeah, it don't sound good now, does it? But this thing is in there tight. So now I gotta remember how to connect this thing up. Now, put this thing back in permanently, and you can see where I actually kind of ripped that thing a little bit. Just have to be a little bit more careful when I'm trying to put it in there. But at least I know it's not going to make any noise resting against that. I know it's nice and snug. Tuck the cables in that back little pocket back there. Pull these through. All right, let's put this thing in. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, put the only 4 screws in to hold this thing in. And they don't even hold it in very well, these screws. I wonder if they're even the right ones for this. Unfortunately, because I did not put the radio in this car, so I don't really know, and I don't have the other screws. Yeah, I don't like the screws that are in here. They don't really hold it very tight. They're just not the right size or something. You can easily over tighten them. When you want to take these off, they just literally just pop out. There's really not much holding these things on. You just get a little piece of the trim tool, and you come up and pry it out from the bottom or from the side, anywhere you can get into it. I don't know, maybe I might be putting some foam up there at a later date. See how it drives. Next is to put on the side trim pieces. I'm gonna leave that for right now. I don't know where I'm gonna mount that yet. At least I got this cable out. I'm gonna tuck this up and underneath. So that will be right up here because the red line cell phone mount goes right up here. So that will be for this. Nice and easy connection. And this thing doesn't really get held on by anything. It just kind of sits in there. The only thing that holds it on is this. Now I'm gonna go to the other side and put these panels back on. So thanks for watching me fix the rattle on my radio by putting that foam on that crossbar. I'm hoping that will take care of that little problem. After this, the next rattle that I'm going to tackle is the one coming from the sunroof. I think I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that one yet. I had to investigate that and do a little bit more research. But that's going to be the next one I start looking at. And I get a few more rattles in the back too that I want to take care of. I like to get this car relatively pretty quiet. And I think I'm not the only one that suffers from these problems on the 996. I think it's a pretty common thing that the interior rattles on these cars. So that should be the next one I'm going to take on. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Please like my video. And I'll see y'all soon.